Hi there, I'm Dani Henderson. This is the greatest disclosure channel in the entire world, and I can prove it by the very fact of these beings here on screen. This is a full disclosure channel. We bring the truth of your Earth, your inner Earth, your solar system, and everything on and in between. My two guests today are very well known globally. They're going to give you a little brief intro of who they are for those of you coming newly into the information that you so deserve to hear. We have Elena Danaan, who is a mystery for the Galactic Federation of Worlds on a civilian level of service, going to space physically. And we have JP, our Army insider, who is going on missions to space physically with the Army. I will start with the great Elena Danaan. Please tell us who you are, how you came into being, and what it is you are all about briefly. Thank you, my dear.
Thank you, Dani. I'm archaeologist of profession, and I was in contact physically with extraterrestrials since my childhood. I went on a ship since the age of 9. I was rescued from an abduction by positive Nordic extraterrestrials who turned up to be, for some of them, of my star family. And since then, I've been all my life in contact, physical contact with ETs. They would come into my room and I would come on their ships. And with time, making the story short, they asked me if I could officially pass on messages to the civilians of Earth on behalf of the Galactic Federation of Worlds. And I accepted, remembering that it was the mission I had first chosen before coming here. So that's what I'm doing. And I'm going representing Earth civilians in the facilities and the worlds of the Galactic Federation of Worlds and bringing back information. So that's a busy work, not always easy physically, but I'm enjoying it. It's great.
Thank you, Elena, and we're so grateful to you. And there is countless corroborations, proof, physical evidence, papers, books, many different elements of proof that you physically go to and from space. And again, we witness that on many different levels all the time with you and the very many recordings that you do and the conferences that you do. And the great conference coming up, Galactic Spiritual Informers Connection, Charlotte, guys, you better be there. Now we're going to move to our beautiful team brother, JP. JP, please, the floor is yours. Who are you? How did you become who you are today? And you're going to show us some very special elements of your army career.
Yeah, I was a civilian. I first had an ex beautiful experience in Brazil, and that's how I had my experience. I contacted my friend Doc, and I started giving information to him about my experiences, and then I joined the military. Uh, I joined the military. I went to Fort Jackson, stationed in Fort Jackson, stationed in Fort Lee, stationed in Fort Benning, Georgia, where I got my airborne wings. And then I was stationed in Eglin Air Force Base, the biggest Air Force base in the United States of America. And I started doing missions down south and different places. And a lot of missions that I experienced a lot of different of ETs and a lot of off-world experiences and all that. Probably the first active duty that had experience and talked about this in the field of ET and the politics of what's happening with ETs and extraterrestrials with humanity. And you know, I got my medals to prove it that I was in the military. Probably soon I'll be probably revealing my face. I'm not sure yet because there's other missions that is still happening around the world, so they need me to be part of those missions. So that's the reason I have the mask to protect the people around me and to protect the people who are still doing missions and also my family that are with me. Other than that, I'm really happy to be here, Donnie, and to be part of Gsic. It's going to be an amazing experience. I know in Eastbourne we brought some ships down, and a lot of people experience it, like over 2,000 plus, because we
Yeah.
also had the cars that were passing and the people that were walking by. So I assume with the buildings and everybody there, probably like 3,000
Easy.
around there, people
Yeah.
that probably saw this uh, this beautiful ships coming down Eastbourne. So Charlotte, I want people to put their seatbelts on because it's going to be a ride. It's going to be an amazing ride for everybody that's going to visit there. And we're there, and we are the real deal. We are the real deal, and people need to understand that. And a lot of people are trying to cover that up, but we stand strong. We stand strong, and we bring the love, and for me, I love everybody. So thank you. I love you.
I love you
I
too.
love you. Thank you.
You're so beautiful. I'd like you to open a couple of those certificates and just put your hand over what you need to so we can see some of the beautiful medals that you've been awarded for your valor.
Well, can't really show the names of the let me see if
Wow.
I can show
Department.
you
So tell us the name of that medal, please, my love.
um Department of the Navy, Department of the Army. Oh, snaps. Okay, hold up. I'm sorry about that. It's just medals that we receive for doing our missions. I can't really show it shows the name of the unit, but
Okay, well, thank you for that. And interesting, explain to us how could you be in possession of a medal from the Navy if you were, basically in the Army? Can you explain how that works, please?
well, I did work in different places in the military. I am what it is, a 91 Juliet, but in the military, you are connected to other MOSs, meaning other jobs. So they put you in different places to do missions and united with Navy personnel, Air Force personnel, other people that you do missions with. And then after you do those missions, depending of how good you do it and how you succeed, they give you a medal. So, uh, yeah, just working with other branches as well. You know, a lot of people know that the Navy is in charge of, some of the Navy and Space Force are in charge of um, outside travel in space. So that's quite interesting.
Now, you mentioned Eastbourne, which was May the 10th, 2025, where we did our last Galactic Spiritual Informers connection. And you were there. We were there with Nikki Allen, our brother Tony Rodriguez, Praveen Mohan. I flew him in from India to talk about the technology in the temples and his incredible work. He's coming to Charlotte too, guys. Oh, yes, he is. And his work was showing the thousands of years old Hindu temples across India that have these incredible marble columns that actually move. I mean, there was so much revealed, as there is in every Gsic. Like we bring the information, we bring the physical evidence, we bring the documentation, we bring the technology, and we bring the craft. And there were, as you said, over 3,000 people, easily counting, that saw so many spacecraft over a 4 hour period between 8 p.m. at night and, well, up to kind of just past 11. The finale at the end, and guys, I'll attach the video that's got all the videos on it. The British media have tried to snuff it out. September 27th, 2024. Again, we bought a big fleet of craft. Elena bought that fleet from the Galactic Federation of Worlds. Beautiful. And the most important thing about those two events, and believe me, we're bringing them to Charlotte 19, 20, and 21 of September this year. But one of the most important things to clarify, which YouTube channels and news media, shame on you, you chicken shits, for not having the courage to show the footage and to give humanity hope and proof that the good ETs from the Galactic Federation of Worlds, which is a military team, are working hand in hand with the Earth White Hats, the good military, and both times so far we've proved that the UFOs, although I call them identified spacecraft from the Galactic Federation, come in tandem with the Navy, who we assume, right, JP, they're going to make watercraft, it's naval ships and, really connect, flying craft. But we've had two TR-3Bs, a craft the Navy have denied having, a stealth craft in May 10th. And again, 2,000 people saw it. So you cannot deny what the eye doth see. So it was beautiful. We're doing it again. Like I said, I want the audience to know those of you coming are going to have an opportunity over the 3 days with us to share your testimony. We're having a special event during the 3 days where you can share your experiences, your truths, what's happened to you, because we want to hear. It's a time for sharing. This is full rebellious disclosure, my friends. GalacticSpiritualInformers.com, that's all you need. But now we're going to go to Japan because Elena, Danaan, and JP were recently at the great Miyoko Sano's conference in Tokyo, Japan. We love you, Miyoko. I was hanging out with her about an hour ago, having a chat and a catch up. She's so lovely. We love you. We honor you for the work you've done in Japan. Miyoko, you are so brave to do what you do in a society that isn't quite where we are in the Western world thus far, but they're catching up. They're catching up. And that's not an insult. That is a compliment. We love you, Japan. We support you, Japan. Now, JP.
Arigato gozaimasu. Arigato gozaimasu.
Oh, beautiful. JP, I'm going to put you on full screen. Give us your experience of the Japan, what you spoke about, the Japanese people, and the days that you were exploring. The floor is yours.
When I entered Japan, when I stepped foot on Japan and I looked around, I was like, wow, Japan is beautiful. I stepped foot on Japan and I started walking. I started trying to read the Japanese language and I couldn't read, but I could understand it because the pictures are right next to it. And we walked into the city and I started breathing the air of the city of Japan. I felt like I've been there before. I felt like a back memory that I was like, wow, I've done this before. I ate this before. I drank sake before. You have to try sake.
Oh, yeah.
Dani is an amazing drink. Miso soup was amazing. I probably gained, I know people say, oh, you're gonna lose weight in Japan, but me, he gained like 4 pounds in Japan.
Oh my gosh.
It was an amazing. And we met up with Miyoko. She was a beautiful, beautiful soul. She was an amazing, she's an amazing person. I really care about her. And she invited us to do this conference in Japan where everybody was so lovable, where everybody, you felt the love frequency in the whole room, and people were like so treating you so nice and so beautiful. And I even walked the streets with Elena Danaan, and people were coming out of nowhere. Elena, I know you, Elena. And I was like, Elena, come down. She's like, I can't believe it. And she's really well known in Japan and all that. And I try to stay quiet because if they would hear my voice, they would probably know who I am. But Japan was beautiful. From there, I went to Kyoto. That's a beautiful city. I also visited Osaka, met up with a couple friends over there in Osaka that are Brazilian. So it was a beautiful. Japan is just beautiful. The culture and the history and the people they're so honorable for having you in their country. And I was just drinking sake and having a beautiful time, in Japan. I did a lot of shopping in Kyoto, and I think Osaka and Tokyo, with their like bringing candy back to the States. So it's just I will go there again and bring this truth back. It was just an experience never to be forgotten.
Ah, that's so beautiful. Elena, this is your third or fourth time being invited to Japan by Miyoko Sano?
Yes, it was my third time, and my gosh, I always have. It's always like the first time. I love Japan so much, so much, so much. It's something about the frequency of the country, but especially the people. Everyone there is so respectful and kind and quiet and they just have a way of the heart to do everything at perfection. And I just love this. And I had the great opportunity to be with JP there. Oh my gosh, we had some fun. You were talking about the miso soup. Well, I every morning people that minimum was 6 miso soup and more. That's so much. We heard about miso soup the whole time. But the people loved him at the moment he entered the room, because otherwise, when he is as a civilian without his face protection, nobody knows it's him. But if they knew it was him, they would come to him as well. When he entered the conference room with his mask, people recognize him. They, I mean, I was sat at the front on my chair and I could feel suddenly raise in frequency of love when he came in. And he did a beautiful speech, beautiful, beautiful. Um, I okay, I know JP, but spending many days with him, I really got to know him better and discover how a loving person he is. This man is only filled with the love frequency. I
Yeah.
couldn't say otherwise. Uh, it's difficult to express. It just not only beams it, but it's also through his words and through his actions. So he's an incredible person.
Yeah, you really are. You're just you're like a 5-year-old, and I mean that with the highest compliment. You're not affected by anything negative. You just break through and you keep going, and you're here to do a mission, and you're doing it, and you do it beautifully. And we love you, and we're so proud to work with you. We're so happy that we're all on the same team doing what we came here to do. Now, I want you
Yeah.
both. Oh, go ahead. What were you going to say?
No, no, I'm totally agreeing with you.
Yeah, not the 5-year-old part though, I bet.
5-year-old, because in the Bible it says to enter the kingdom, you need to become like a child.
Mm,
So I really appreciate that.
good. I love it. Let's talk about the spacecraft that you guys brought in over Japan.
Well, it was kind of a game. We were out of the restaurants in Tokyo and we were looking at the sky. It was big, huge skyscrapers, and Tokyo is amazing, the center of Tokyo. And we were just there and saying, "Hey, would we call some ships?" And it was for fun. We did. And the following
So
morning,
yeah, we got a picture actually together. I'm looking up and I'm like, yeah, take a picture. Let's bring down the UFOs. But I think in that moment we were concentrating so much looking to the skies, because the skies is memorizing in Japan. The clouds are it's so beautiful with the skyscrapers. And I say, uh, oh, imagine if a ship comes in. She's like, yeah, imagine if it comes through the clouds and all that. And then the next day we find out that the news uh, was making a piece of a UFO that came down and was interacting through the clouds. And we looked at each other, we're like, oh,
Holy.
oh crap. Oh crap.
Like that
They
was
really
us.
they really showed up. And then we had a a dumb person that it's a hater over there. I don't want to get into I don't talk bad about nobody, but I think he really felt uh like not jealous, but that terrible feeling. And he started talking a lot of different stuff over there, saying that it wasn't true. But when the news came out with it, that's when everybody realized, hey, it's the real deal. You know, it's what it is.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. I call them Pinocchios, you know, those that they just have to say something negative and their noses go, the more they lie and attack, the more the nose gets longer and longer, and they're all showing who they are. But anyway, put them in the trash where they belong. Congratulations, guys, for being loving and having that resonance that the ETs, the
But
benevolent,
just to say, this guy lives in Japan.
yeah,
Just put it out there.
yeah. Well, it doesn't mean he's Japanese, though, does it?
I don't know.
Anyway, moving swiftly on. Congratulations again for doing it. JP, I don't think I've had you on my channel since our last Gsic, where you and I bought the craft. That's what we were charged to do that night. I got two from the Galactic Federation of Worlds that I ordered that I had to put a request in through Elena. Then it went to Thorhan already and the Pleiadian that she's directly contacted to. And then he went to his higher up, Jor-El, a physical being. These are physical men and women, by the way, guys. They're not spider beings. They're not greys. They're not ugly ETs. They look just like us, all of us. Apart from JP, they don't have black masks like him. But anyway, they look like in real life, because this is real life, physical evidence is everything. I had to put a request into Jor-El, who is a high commander on the XL6, which is a ship, a battleship that a lot of the craft come off. A lot of the military are stationed there from all over the solar system. I know it sounds like utter bollocks, and if you think it's that, that's fine. Move along. Don't waste your time watching this. Let the rest of us get on with truth and disclosure, okay? Anyway, so the request came back, and at some point we're probably going to show that paper trail because it's so different when you send an actual message in real time, not dream time, like I did to Elena. I emailed Elena, then she relayed that message to Thorhan. And I remember when I did that, you sent me a text, and it was like hundreds and hundreds of 010101. She's like, lol, look what Thorhan sent me. I'm like, what the hell is that? I mean, I think at this time it shouldn't be 0101, it should be 0202 because we're coming up into the fifth, element here, the fifth, frequency. But it was so beautiful. And when the response from Jor-El through Thorhan back to Elena, back to me to guarantee two craft, they were the first two craft that we saw that night, the ones I requested, and the font that came back that I was sent were Jor-El directly messaging me through Elena and Thorhan was completely different. So we have more physical evidence to provide, of course, because I always stand hard on physical evidence. It's not everyone's way, it's my way, guys. So that was so beautiful. And one of my favorite, JP, because you bought a ton of craft in different sizes. There was a cigar craft that came. It was filmed by the moon. And one of the best ones was towards the end of the night, you were on the microphone and we were down the hill by the sea. And you shouted out, see that one there. And we all turned around because we were all looking over the sea. And JP and you went, right, watch that one. It was going up and up. You goes, it's going to turn right around that star. And it bloody well did. And it was just amazing. It was amazing, wasn't it? Gosh, when I think about how do you feel when you think about what we did, JP?
I feel that there was probably a lot of non-believers there, and that day they started believing. That's what I feel. That's what we bring in these conferences. If you really want to feel it, if you really want to know how it is, come to these conferences and you will feel it, the contact with these ETs. And of course with us, because we give out that frequency. I'm not saying that we're, this and that, but we have been through a lot of experiences that make us go through and feel these things. And I think people, when they give us a hug, we feel their energy, but they also feel our energy. And that's what really counts, that we are physical, real people that brings ETs that are physical, real beings to our realm, to our existence. And people can interact with them by saying, whoa, wow, yeah. And people is amazing. Everybody that go to these conferences, uh, And I shared this in the promo of the video. You feel so much love from everybody that visit these conferences that after the conference you're like overwhelmed with love, overwhelmed with the beautiful frequency, and we need a cup of wine just to mellow out and just be happy because you got so much love and so much good frequency in these conferences that it's an amazing it's one of the best conferences that it's around the world, you know. It's not just the United States, it's around the world.
Yeah, yeah. And when you say this conferences, you're meaning Galactic Spiritual Informers, our conference, the one that we speak at every year,
Yes,
conference that I
yes.
create. Yeah. And it's where and you know, it's so incredible because the love frequency that happens at a Gsic, it will change you. It changes
Hmm.
people. People who still haven't done their shadow work, their inner child healing, a lot of them get affected, and you're going to be put on the path of self-healing, or you're going to maybe have a discordance within you and people maybe fall out, relationships can change, and that's okay because that's what disclosure is. It's disclosing self as well. It's healing. It's everything all at once. And the amount of extraterrestrial interactions, they come into the audience. They're there on the stage. They're there in the crowd. Every
Hmm.
single Gsic, without exception, has had spacecraft, ETs, and the biggest love frequency that you could ever imagine. So, Elena, what do you want to say about Gsics, Galactic Spiritual Informers connections?
Well, what impresses me every single time, it's the gathering of people, the people who come to JSEC. They are there to meet other souls like them. There's a lot of people who met their soul family and who might even love. That happens.
Yeah.
No, they come, yeah, I mean, they come together with people like them, and most of them are star seeds, and they find, they talk together, they meet, and they find out where they come from, that they know the same worlds, that or that they are connected. It's a gathering, and for us speakers to feel that, it's so gratifying because we're working a lot to help people find who they are and bring them information. And also, it's meeting us and seeing who we truly are, feeling our frequency. And that has no price. That is something you can't experience if you're not there. You know, you need to be there physically. So I love JSIC for that, for the gathering, for the love, for the fun, because it's so fun. You know how to throw a party, Dani.
I love it.
And yeah.
Yeah, it's so beautiful. It's the most important thing pretty much in my life, you know, bringing that beautiful safe space, that beautiful, you know, envelope of love for people to come in that kind of container and explore and see the greatest speakers in the world on disclosure with their evidence, with their stories. And this year we've got Billy Carson, Praveen Mohan, you know, and Billy Carson, he's known all over the world. I clicked on a video the other day, and there's this beautiful black man walking up a mountain. I didn't realize it was him at first. I was just staring at this kind of god, this Adonis. And then he's walking in a crowd of people, and some woman goes, "Oh my God, it's Billy Carson!" Like that. And he was going up a mountain with thousands of people following him on this kind of walk. And he was there at the top, kind of speaking, and it was just so beautiful. He's impacted so many people, and he's very much a researcher. And obviously, over the years, Elena, when you've come out with Anunnaki information, it doesn't match everything that he says, but a lot of his work as well, he's experienced through other scholars. And of course, we know Zachariah Sitchin, massive detractor of information. And people that land hard on one specific person's voice from the past, it's like, mate, do a bit more research if you haven't had an experience, to them, not to Billy. And it's so great bringing you and Billy Carson together in particular, because you can both support information, you know, and share, you know, that we're all in this together. Billy's the same as us. He wants disclosure. He wants the love of the planet, and he's so full of love. We've also got Kathy O'Brien, one of the single greatest MK Ultra survivor slaves at a Pentagon and White House level. And oh my God, Are you ready, you guys, to hear the names of the people who corrupted the American government and the militaries? You're going to hear the names because at Gsic, Galactic Spiritual Informers Conference, it is uncensored and we bring the receipts. Okay, guys, we're going to go somewhere else. We're going to go to Atlantis. I would like you both, Elena, let's start with you. Discuss your connection with JP and Atlantis.
Okay, so those who know my work, I have had a long life in Atlantis, and I was connected to the capital. I lived there, the capital of Atla, and being an Altian soul myself, the Altians are the ones who come from the galaxy NGC 7331 from the Pegasus constellation, through the Pegasus constellation, and who carry the science of crystals. And I was remember since always that I was working at maintaining and protecting the energies of a special crystal, and I didn't really realize what was this crystal until memories came back recently, well, these last 5 years, until I got this memory of myself not accepting to take the last convoy of evacuation when the big event happened, because I had to go down to the Ark that was under the capital to take back the crystal. So what was it about? When the Altian colony came and landed, the colonies come with what they call their space arks. That's where they carry all their technology, the archives of their world, their food, everything that is their civilization, their culture. And they land somewhere and they build cities around, and with time it goes over it and you don't see the ark anymore. It's just underground. And the ark powers everything, all the city, all the technology. So because Atlantis was being destroyed by Enlil, we had to disconnect this technology for not to fall in the bad hands. So I went down the ark. I took the crystal. I knew the codes, and I brought it back to the surface. And in my memories, I knew a soldier, and he had brown hair. He wasn't the same race as me, and he was waiting for me. He had a pod ship that was really only working with his own DNA and only having one person in it. And he was waiting for me, and I gave him the crystal, and I said to him, bring him to the Altian homeworld. He couldn't take me with him. It was impossible in that pod for the reasons I said. So he did that. He took off and he left, and I stayed there. I died there, but my soul went directly to the Altian homeworld, and I woke up in my avatar body that was there, and I waited for him. And one day he came. That's another memory I have, and that's a memory I had the same night, I think 2 years ago, that JP had the same memory through a dream. I had this memory that I was on another planet in a field with grass undulating like this, and there was a big city behind, a big moon, and the pod comes in. The guy comes down. He has this crystal. He doesn't look at me. He just does that. He gives it to me, and I living with it, going to take it to the capital, and that was it. So these are my memories. I didn't know who this person was until JP sent me a message on WhatsApp, and he said, go on.
I had this vision, and I even showed her a picture of this experience that I had. And Elena, she started saying, wait, I had a similar experience. And I'm like, yeah, I came out from the ship with a crystal, and I did not see your face. I did not see who you were, but all I did is bow my head, walking towards you, and I gave a crystal to this person, and this person was a female, and she was royalty. And I kept my head down, and then in my flashbacks, I went back into the ship, into the same oval ship that I have experienced throughout my uh through my experiences in Tampa. I used to have a guy, his name was Lovent, right? He used to come down this egg-shaped ship and pick me up, and we used to travel to different parts of the earth and other places, and he was showing me different things. So this same ship that Lovent used to pick me up with, I was traveling in it, and I went to this um, different world with high grasses, with the futuristic city in the background. I think we have a picture of that,
Yeah,
and
I'm looking for it.
I gave this crystal to a person that yeah, Elena says is her, and I'm like, okay, uh, if you say it's her, let's do the research and let's find out. So we started talking about the crystals and Atlantis and all that, and I'm like, wow, there's a connection here. There's a connection, and other people started talking about these connections too, um, about Atlantis and all that. I think Dani, also you have a connection as well, with Atlantis and all that. So and we just connected the dots, and yeah, it was a beautiful experience when there's collaboration, and sometimes there is um a lot of collaborations, but and then things get distorted, and things get distorted with with the information, with the experiences and all that. uh but that's what I felt, that's what I went through, and that's what I understand that happened. I gave a crystal to a female, and it was probably Elena.
Mhm. And this was, again, primarily to power up one of the beautiful arcs. And can you share the color, please?
It was like a purplish, it's like a purplish, more like a bluish, purplish type of. It was more purple than this.
Mhm.
It was more a little bit more purplish, but it was like a bright, um, you know, the color it fluctuates how you hold it, and it was like a really good, like beautiful crystal. That's what I felt, and depending how the sun or that other sun, I don't know which sun was that or which star was it in that planet, uh, but it can also turn like a whitish color, like a bright whitish color, but also with a purplish glam and all that. And it's similar to the arc crystal that I experienced. And that arc crystal was a little bit more dim than the one that I gave to this female.
Mhm.
And it was when I gave it to her, I also saw the jewelry, right, on her hands, and I told Elena, "Wow, Elena, you wear the jewelry just like that person I gave the crystal to." And that's what really clicked on me, the way she wears her jewelry, just like that person that I gave the crystal. That's why I was like, "Holy shit! I think it's Elena." And the way she wears the crystals, I mean the necklace, her rings and all that. And that's what I could remember, because all I could see was her hands and all that. So when I saw Elena's hands and her jewelry, I think sitting down in the Gsic, I think in Colorado, uh, I said, wow, uh, I think she's the person, you know, she could be the person, and I did my research and all that, and I kept telling Doc, hey, she could be the person that I gave the crystal to because the way she wear her jewelry and all that. And this could be really a breakthrough if this is it, you know?
I love these images. Here we are
Yeah.
Yeah,
through it.
yeah,
Yeah,
we
and
yeah,
she also had a white dress, like a white, like it was like a classical, um, ancient Roman type of see-through, not see-through, but like it was a beautiful dress. And I went back into the egg ship that basically the egg ship, like if you turn it on the side, it looks like a tic tac. And everybody's been talking about the tic tac UFO. Uh, and I got on it and I left. I remember seeing the world shrinking behind me, and I don't remember no more. So that was that was the experience.
That's beautiful. So beautiful. Elena, anything to add there?
I was very moved to because all my life I had the memory of uh, this young soldier with brown short hair, and I really want to know who was he? Will I find this person because he did such a great mission, and uh, it was amazing. And when I first met JP, it was in Orlando in the green room at the first conference, or the second, I don't remember. But the first time I met him, I felt his frequency. It was in my back, and I turned, and here he was talking to Dr. Salah, and then he interrupted, and we looked at each other, and it's like we knew each other, but we didn't remember from when. And that was really intriguing. Yeah, incredible.
Yeah, so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Frequency is everything, and the memory of frequency. And JP, I know I've shared before, the first time I met you physically, all I knew to do when I realized that was you was approach you and ask you permission to put my hand on your heart. And that's what I did. And that was our greeting, from the past, from a past greeting and a memory. Do you remember that?
I remember that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember that. That was in Colorado. No, in Orlando, Florida, when
Yeah.
I first met you.
And again,
Um,
talking of frequency, it's like when you remembered it was Elena you'd given the crystal to, and there were certain things that goes chink, 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 trigger, trigger, trigger. And it's like I was sharing with you guys off camera, which I'll happily share here. There's a lot of things that I myself, being an ET experiencer from birth to the present time, and even last night, I had a beautiful experience with an intergalactic confederation lady whose name is Una. And Elena has brought a lot of information about Una. I do not generally speak of my behind the scenes experiences for many different reasons, but I am happy to share that last night I had a beautiful interaction with the goddess Una, who was really being very supportive at this time to me personally. And again, because I am the biggest skeptic I've ever met in my life, and I'm very happy to be that girl because then I can do you guys justice and honor in the work I do and the people I bring to you. And I always do back up, and I knew that was her frequency. I didn't say a word to Elena. I described Elena, my experience off planet. Elena came back, double checked because she wasn't there. She wasn't psychically feeding into me to see, oh, let me see who that was. And then she confirmed that was Una. And so again, with JP, recognizing frequency and then being able to establish, I think that's Elena, and then having a physical reminder representation of the jewelry. That's sometimes all it takes for many of us, not just us on screen, guys, you guys watching. Your memory gets triggered, a smell, a scent, a movement, a feeling feeling someone's electromagnetic frequency, that we connect to that, we feel that. So don't deny your own experiences, guys, because they are pretty bloody beautiful. A quick word back on the arcs, again, to help our brothers and our sisters to arrest any fears they have. Disclosure is on track. Nothing is stopping or slowing disclosure. And we want to say about the arcs in particular that they have a soul. They're a beautiful, that's why the crystals work to power them up. It is a soul presence. JP, give us your conversation we had off camera to put people's minds at rest with them being taken over, please.
The arc, right? It has an ulterior part. It has like a shell. Yes, people could penetrate that arterial shell of the arc, right? But the inner part of the arc, where the Nordics or the other ETs are involved with, and humans, some humans, they cannot penetrate. They could not penetrate that, and I made that clear in one of my updates that the arc gave out this frequency, gave out this energetic frequency that these people, they flew back and they disappear from existence. Meaning maybe they got transported somewhere else or they got eliminated. They ceased to exist. No pain, no nothing. They don't feel nothing. It's just they cease to exist. They disappear. Like they just disappear. And it's these arcs, they all have the same compartments, you know. So it's easy to tell like a scientist from another arc, hey, go to this room, go to that room, go to this room, that are already allowed, um and allowed on these arcs. And sometimes there's leaks out there of the rooms of these arcs, and the black hats, they hear about these rooms and the power these rooms carry, so they try to penetrate to go into the arcs, but they can't enter the interior part of the arc where we stand. Sorry,
Maybe.
talking about the arcs makes me excited. um so when people uh try to get inside that doesn't have the frequency, they can't really go.
Yeah, exactly. They cannot be taken over that nuclear says soul. Their arcs are beautiful and protect themselves. And that was something we really wanted to just allay the nerves of the public, because there's been a different information coming out, incongruent with reality. Let's talk about how we see this beautiful future that we're already in, that we're creating. JP, talk about some of your kind of ideas for this beautiful future. And then Elena is going to bring up the speakers that we're having at Gsic. But JP, let us know how you kind of see the beautiful things you've experienced on and off planet kind of really being, laid out here, the technology that's been taken from us up until this moment.
I believe that this future, right? This future that is gonna come, it's gonna be so exciting, and I know people have been checking my updates, right, about uh the arcs and how, they're coming up and all that. And it's really exciting times that we're living, and it's gonna be a time that people are gonna realize that the truth is going to come out sooner than what we think. I think now, including AI, in 1 to 2 years, we're going to start developing new technology and healing technology. So it's going to be an amazing ride for all of us, you know, to understand that we're all in this together and that we bring the love.
That's so beautiful. And Elena is very kindly going through the speaker page. And you guys out there, I know, right? Look at all the headliners we have. Elena Danaan, Tony Rodriguez, Praveen Mohan here talking about the Indian temples. Danyan Brinkley, hello, a legend. Daniel Brinkley's been dead more times than anybody else on this planet, and he's come back to tell the tale of his amazing experiences. Nikki Allen, bringing the angelic realm, bringing the spiritual connection to Gsic, to galactic spiritual informers. JP, again appearing on stage, giving information, brand new updates, experiences. And if we go, there's me, I'll be speaking to and hosting again as an experiencer and telling more truths and giving information with backup. If we go to the top of the screen again, Elena, so we can have a look at you and the information that you'll be bringing and the background there of you. And again, reminding people that you spent many years in Egypt. You were the person at the temple in Karnak who was in charge of translating hieroglyphics. You never just stepped into this role from nowhere. You've a long physical human history here of bringing information. And let's go to the next person, which is my boyfriend. I'm just joking. The beautiful Adonis, Billy Carson. That man, his voice is hypnotic. It's mesmerizing. I told him, I'm like, oh my God, your voice is like chocolate. It's just like, keep talking, Billy. Keep talking, Billy Carson. He's got so much to say and he delivers it so beautifully. And again, I cannot wait to have him on stage. Moving down to Emery Smith. Now, JP, you just did a broadcast with Emery. Emery Smith has been around a long time. He's been a host of
Oh yeah.
TV. Tell us your experiences with him. He's also very close with our beloved David Adair, Rocket Man, who was also a speaker at my last Gsic in Orlando last year. Go ahead, share Emery with us.
Oh man, Emery is an amazing soul. His technological mind, bringing these new technologies of healing to the people. He have experienced a lot of extraterrestrial contact. He's in Cosmic Disclosure. Beautiful show there, number one show. And he's an amazing person, Dani, to be with. He's a trustworthy person, like so trustworthy. I trust him so much. We both come from Tampa, where MacDill Air Force Base, where he served in the military, and we can totally connect with each other because of our military background. I love this guy, and yeah, he's an amazing person. He's an amazing person. Check him out in his Facebook, his Cosmic Disclosure program, and Instagram. He's really awesome.
Beautiful. And you can see the live stream sign there, guys. That means that he can only attend Gsic on Zoom, but we have him live and you can ask him questions and he's going to deliver a beautiful presentation for you. And we're very excited. And he will be on the first day, September 19th. So do not miss that. Moving along to my friend, my beautiful friend. Oh my gosh, Kathy O'Brien. We're going to be broadcasting this week as well. We'll be discussing Bohemian Grove, where she was trafficked. Have you ever met anyone that actually was physically trafficked through Bohemian Grove? I don't think you have, apart from her. We'll be bringing that information. This woman has been used at a Pentagon and White House level. She's been delivering information since the early 1990s. If you want to know everything and all the names ahead of time, ahead of Gsic, get her book, The Transformation of America. This lady is somebody I will bend over backwards for. I love her so much. Thank you, Elena. Moving along to Tony Rodriguez. Oh my God. A Gsic would not be a Gsic without this great man, this leader in remote viewing. And my God, is he giving information on dream warfare technology? He is going to open your mind and expand consciousness in the proof that he has on this existing technology that is infiltrating people's dreams. He is the man for this job. And we love ourselves a bit of Tony. He's a really good and close friend.
And I'll tell you something about Tony, man. I spend time with him. He is so love person, frequency. Oh my God. The experience I had with him, similar to what I had with Elena in Japan. Once you spend time with Tony, you understand the love frequency that he carries. He is an amazing, lovable person. His story is amazing. His the way that he consoles you and talks to you and makes you feel like you're his brother. And I love this guy so much. And he's doing big things. And a lot of people are going to realize that what he's doing for humanity is a big deal with his information. And I just love what he carries, Dani, and Gsic. He's a powerhouse.
He's amazing. And he's another one like Billy Carson. I'm like, Tony, keep talking. Just keep talking, Tony.
Yeah.
Because that tone and that resonance, and he's funny as well. He's so funny, and I love his laugh. He's got the dirtiest laugh ever, like a little boy again, like a child. This beautiful essence that comes from him. And his books. He's been to Mars. He's been to the moon. He's been to Ceres colony. I mean, I don't think anybody would have ever known the level of information on the Germans who call themselves the Deutsch being on this star called Ceres, and the misery of the life up there. And oh my goodness me, it is. And his story about going to the moon, being in child torture programs funded by the Earth militaries, not the Earth Alliance, but the negative aspect of militaries in different countries across this world, which we are exposing. And that is what we do at Gsic. We are whistleblowing. We are telling it all, people. We are telling it all. Let's see who's next, Elena. There he is. I love this guy. You talk about love. You talk about somebody emitting a love frequency. This guy I want to put in my pocket and keep forever, but I won't because we got to share him with the world. Praveen Mohan. Oh my God, wasn't he the best guys at Gsic? Wasn't he so
He
wonderful?
is. He is. Amazing guy. Amazing person. His birthday was not too long ago. Happy birthday, Praveen. Uh,
Oh, happy birthday!
yeah. He's an amazing person. You can feel his frequency, the love frequency that he carries about who he is and the information that he brings to the public. Amazing person. Amazing person. Became really good friends with him.
Yeah. Yeah, you loved him too, didn't you, Lainey?
Oh, I adore him. He's amazing, and we've already had the occasion to exchange some little bit of nuggets, golden nuggets of information about ancient civilizations, and we were very excited about it. So I look forward to meet him again and have a great time.
Yeah, he's the best. We love you, Pravi Mohan. Mwah. Okay, let's see who's next. Oh, Daniel Brinkley. I mean, if there was ever an angel man, that is him. He is fantastic. He's on my channel, of course, guys. It's a beautiful. His whole stories on my channel. It's only a few like videos down. If you pull up my YouTube channel here and click on videos, it'll drop down. You'll see him. He will be there. He's bringing his best friend Mel Mintor of 46 years. Mel's also on my channel. Mel is known as Chief Standing Eagle. He will be actually introducing Dani and Brinkley at our great event. Let's go to Nikki Allen. Oh my God. I mean, Nikki Allen, as a lot of you know, sadly lost the love of her life just a few short months ago. And I cannot believe this lady is walking and talking. And she delivered May 25th, the most beautiful audience meditation where everyone connected to an angelic frequency and we all felt it. And there were 750 people packed in this theater. That's the maximum people we could take. And oh my God, it was just beautiful, wasn't it, Elena?
Yeah, I love Nikki. I love her.
But her laugh, and she's just so funny. She's just a joyous, bouncing ball of sunshine, isn't she? She's just a very special
Yes,
girl.
yeah, and with Nikki, what is incredible is she gets the same information from the angels than I have from the Federation, from two different perspectives that actually match 100%. And every time we cross our knowledge or information, we just gobsmacked. Yeah, it's incredible, incredible.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing, Elena. We'll go back to full screen now, my love, if you like. So thank you. So I want to say to you guys out there, I mean, there's lots of conferences. You can go to the rest or you can come to the best. GalacticSpiritualInformers.com. You have never in your lives ever seen a lineup like this because these people have never come together. That's what I do for you at every Gsic. I bring you the best headliners, the best people. Don't take my word for it, though. Go look them up, go research them, go see how you feel. But I cannot wait for them all to come. And there's one more speaker coming, and her name is Max Lowen. And Max Lowen was a high elite satanic child born into a high bloodline. And this little girl, I cannot tell you what she went through. She's going to tell you what she went through. And part of what she suffered as an elite child that they're not allowed to unalive an elite child necessarily, she was trafficked underneath the Vatican. She saw the seat they have there to Lucifer. They have a throne to Lucifer. Her information is absolutely shocking. But again, it's uncensored at Gsic. We can't give you everything online. We can only, that's why we have these conferences. We bring people together. We raise the frequency. We do another bump. I remember the first year we were on stage. It was at the end. And it was Dan Willis and Tony Rodriguez. And the audience are just jumping up and down. I think we were finishing on the song, the ELO song, Hold On To Your Dreams. It was dead loud. We're all dancing. Everyone's dancing. And then Tony came and went, my God. He went, look at the Schumann resonance. It just jumped. It was so
Wow.
yeah, it was so brilliant. I mean, that's what we do. That's when you raise consciousness. You gotta come together. You gotta come together. So get your tickets, guys, because they are selling fast. They are selling. Those tickets are selling to Charlotte, North Carolina, September 19th, 20th, and 21st of this year. We are in a beautiful, brand new refurbished hotel. It has two beautiful towers. It is stunning. There's tons and tons of space. It's gorgeous, proper gorgeous. I cannot wait to see you all there. I know Elena Danaan is excited to see you, and JP is excited to see you, and everybody else that's coming. And you'll get your chance, guys, to talk and share your own experiences. Don't miss out on that opportunity. You'll get to meet the speakers. Also, if you get a gold ticket, oh my God, there's so much to share. And we're all going to be seen outside at night, standing with Elena Danaan, who's going to lead us into telling you how you can bring your own star families. Elena, share with us the plan that you and I have for our beautiful beloveds.
Well, the previous years we've proven that we can bring crafts. So, JP, myself, well, it's fine. Now people know we are genuine. We can just bring crafts. But now, what about you, people? You can do it too. And I'm going to talk you through getting to connect with your star families and see what happens. You never know. And I know what's going to happen. So that's going to be extraordinary again. And you will be the ones to fully experience it. And that's like large scale. That's going to be a large scale experiment. So if you want to be part of it and see the craft from your own people, that's the occasion. That's the occasion. So
I'll make sure I bring the drums.
yes. Yes.
Perfect. Okay, guys. Well, we've covered a lot of territory here. I do want to invite the audience. If you have questions that you would like to ask Elena and JP on anything, their current disclosure, their past, anything that they've covered that you want more information on, feel free to leave your question in the comment section, not in the live chat. Because once this ends and the live chat is gone, it's gone. So leave it in the comment section, and then we'll come back in a week or two and we'll go through them, the three of us together. We also are going to bring the round table you wait for every time there's a Gsic, with most of, if not all, of the speakers together. So you can all meet them on screen here and have an interaction. We'll be telling you what some of the areas and topics they're going to be covering. It's going to be mind-blowing and beyond. But I want to come to my darling JP for your final words at this point, darling.
Can you see me?
Yeah.
Hey, my final words is always bring the love frequency. It doesn't matter where you're at, who you are, what you do. I know a lot of people say, keep away from people that are negative and keep your route, but just let's all connect with each other. And that's the reason for these conferences, to connect with each other, with our star brothers, and have that connection and have that disclosure that's happening right in front of our faces. Okay. I love you guys so much. My heart is always open for everybody. JP out. Akuri mate.
Agreed.
Heaven to earth.
Heaven to earth. Thank you, my darling. Elena Danaan.
Well, I want to take this opportunity to pass an important message. JP and I are physically going to space as an ongoing thing that happens still regularly. He goes with the military, I goes with the ETs, and sometimes I meet military, sometimes he meets with ETs. But I mean, we are accustomed to see planet Earth from space. And I, you can add things if you want, GP, because maybe I speak for both of us, but when we see Earth from space, it changes everything. It changes our perspective on everything, on human relationships mainly, because we see the Earth so peaceful, and it's silence. We don't hear anything. All the wars raging, the storms, the people, silence. And that's the first thing that hits us is the silence and the peace. And because we see this peace and it really touches our heart, we see humanity as one. And we see the ability of humanity to unite in peace. So when we are back on Earth, we are like outsiders because we don't play into, everybody's conflicts or, disagreements. We're out of it and we never really take sides because we see humanity as one. And I want to mention this. I think it's very important in these times because I want to say that because I support greatly JP because he's bringing information constantly. And to me, what matters is the information is bringing. No matter with who he shares it, this doesn't matter, people. Okay?
Mhm.
What matters is that he's bringing it from a sure source from the military. And that's what's most important. So he has a YouTube channel, Patreon, but I let him speak about that. He knows better than me. But I wanted to say that, because it's important for people to understand where we stand.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think Elena cares who I bring my information to,
No,
and she understands, I do my information, I bring my information with Doc, and I could do an update with Elena. I could do an update with Donnie Henderson,
Right.
with Tony Rodriguez, with our dear Alex, or with, Praveen. I could bring my information to a lot of people, and I see I see the future being a colorful, beautiful future of love, and everybody's going to be connected with each other no matter what, you know. And I really appreciate everything that everybody does for me and help me bring this information out because the public needs to know about what's happening around the world, not just in the U.S. Dani?
Beautiful. Yes, my darling. Yes. Well, Elena Danaan, thank you so much. And JP, thank you so much. And to you guys, oh my gosh. Remember, it doesn't matter what lower level of conflict or negativity is happening. Remember, this is a war. We are at the end of the war. The system is coming down. Love is the winner. Light is the winner. And all the little scrapping and disinformation and all the lies and nonsense, guys, rise above it. Find your frequency. Be the love that you came to be. We're not engaging with it, so why would you waste your time? Focus on your inner healing. Focus on healing that inner child, being the most beautiful representation of self that you can be, because we are in our future and we are bringing the light, bringing the love, all of us together, not one individual, all of us together. Akuria mate, as you always say, my love. So beautiful to see you guys. Sending you love from my heart to yours. And remember, you're one stop For the information, galacticspiritualinformers.com. I love you guys. Mwah. See you soon. Love you, Elena. Love you, JP. Bye, guys. God bless.
Mate.